As the COVID vaccine slowly rolls out around the world, a lot of public figures seem to be first in line to get it. Now, there are still a lot of people that are hesitant to do so. So Savannah Guthrie suggested to Tom Hanks on the Today Show that he take it live on camera.
Yeah, and then U.S. Surgeon General Jerome Adams called out LeBron James on KTLA yesterday, saying he should take it publicly as well.
Listen to the experts on what's going on with the climate, as far as COVID, and keep your family in the mask when we leave the house or whatever the case may be, and be cautious of where we travel to, be cautious who we're around. Right now you just try to do everything that you can to protect your family, and hopefully you can stay safe and stay healthy. Obviously that's the most important thing than anything. So that's what it's been all about. I mean, obviously, we are all hoping that the world gets back to normal at some point.
LeBron James, I know you've been a big supporter of masks. I want to know when you're going to take the shot, not the basketball shot, but the COVID shot, because I did it because I know it's safe, and we want to make sure people understand this is how we end the pandemic. And while we wait to end the pandemic, we do our part by donating plasma if we've recovered and following the W's. Wear a mask, wash your hands, watch your distance, and wait on these holiday gatherings.
Dr. Adams, have you reached out directly to LeBron James in another way, and are you just waiting for his response?
Well, I would love to say that I have LeBron James' cell phone number. I've actually gotten a lot of people's cell phone numbers throughout this. Steve Harvey and I are back and forth. Jose Andres, he and I have worked a lot to help the Hispanic and Latino communities who've been hard hit by this virus understand how they can stay safe. And Oprah and I, we're working to help keep the African-American community safe. But I don't have LeBron's number yet. And I'm messing with him because I was in Ohio this weekend, and they're the ones who told me to ask him if he was going to take the shot. But I think that's how we promote confidence, and we want people to lead by example.
How are you and Rita? You went through COVID. I know you're feeling better. Are you excited about the vaccine? Is that something you're looking forward to taking?
Well, we'll be getting it long after everybody who truly needs to get it. But, it's okay. We had it, and it was a tough couple of 10 days. But I think that was much more important as the second half of the COVID-19 formula is that we didn't give it to anybody. Locking down, we wear masks, and we still do, not just so that we don't catch it, but so that you don't give it to somebody in case you are one of those kind of like asymptomatic carriers.
If they asked you, because you're Tom Hanks and everyone loves you and trusts you, hey, will you do it publicly? Would you consider doing that when it was your turn?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so much to say about this, Carl. Let's have some comments first. Kristen says, celebrities or not, I'm letting the pawns go first. Nelson says, celebs don't really influence me. Charlotte says, celebrity endorsements won't sway me. I'll wait. Kimberly says, it doesn't matter if they take it publicly or privately. They'll get the good batch. We'll get the bad. Sorry, not sorry. I'm paranoid.
Wow.
Moss says, this is so strange. I want to see our healthcare professionals getting the vaccine. Yeah, first off, just say that. I don't really care. I don't care to see celebrities get it. What difference does that make? Yeah, I care about seeing Dr. Fauci take the vaccine and people like that, actual doctors taking it.
Well, I mean, I think the whole purpose is that the people that are most at risk get that vaccine first, so that they can be safe. That's the idea. That's the plan, and that's what's going to happen. As far as being nervous about the vaccine, the whole point of this conversation is people don't know if they can trust it.
Yeah.
They're nervous about it. Will you take it so that people can see that it's safe? I understand that line of thinking. We do follow in the footsteps of celebrities a lot. LeBron James is the most influential athlete in the entire world. I'm not waiting for him to take the vaccine in public. Again, for me, that's not such a big deal. But for some people, it might be. For some people, not that be the thing that goes, okay, well, you know what? If he does it, then I guess it's safe. I was on the fence, but now I'm going to go for it. That's not going to be everybody. They're not all going to have that same train of thought. But it might, help some people along with the idea that this is something that they should be doing.
Right. Yeah, I love both those guys. No disrespect. I love Tom Hanks, I love LeBron James. They're not doctors. They don't know any better than me or you if the vaccine's going to be safe. And then the thing I love that Tom Hanks said, he said they're going to get it long after everyone who truly needs to get it gets it. Because that's the thing I'm noticing on social media. There's a lot of politicians that even politicians that were calling COVID a hoax, they're first in line to get this vaccine. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't get why, like, how is that a good PR move from any kind of circumstance? You should be getting all your frontline workers in your communities to get the vaccine first. The fact that these politicians that have, really called it a hoax are getting it first is just so odd to me.
Well, I mean, that is like in line with everything we've seen and learned about those folks in the last few years. So that's not surprising to me whatsoever. But like you just said, like Tom Hanks said, like we've been discussing, for the people that believe that the vaccine is going to make a difference and that's going to keep people safe, we want to make sure that it goes to the people that are in the front lines and the people that are at risk of getting COVID-19 so that we know they can be safe.
Right.
That's the point.
And finally, this Jerome Adams guy, this guy's who, like, this little minion of Trump who had, like, in no way ever stood up to the stuff that Trump was saying publicly. He's going to call out LeBron James, who's been such a leader, especially in 2020. Like, he now all of a sudden has the beep to go after LeBron James publicly when he never had the beep to, go against Trump. It's just, like, insane. Like, that guy's just a joke.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm waiting to see if LeBron will respond. We know that LeBron James does act in the interest of the people.
Right.
We've seen it over and over and over again. So it'll be interesting to see what his response will be. And maybe it will be like Tom Hanks. Like, maybe he will say, maybe the best response is to say, like, let's get it out to the people that need it first before I get in there and, like, make a show of getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Afro says, no kidding, the people in the healthcare field should be getting the vaccine first, then elderly and assisted living homes, then next to the hardest hit and most vulnerable. Celebrities can go in the back. And that, I mean, we've talked about that over 2022, this idea, people with money, and I'm sure there's a lot of celebrities that have already gotten that vaccine, behind closed doors. Because, I mean, it's so sad that money talks, and that's what's going to be with the vaccine rollout to a certain extent, too.
Well, I know it's been frustrating for a lot of people watching because we've seen celebrities that are out there sort of flaunting what they have in the face of people having to stay at home and having to lock down and not having. And then celebrities saying to themselves, well, we're just happy that we were able to go to this private island.
Right.
And regular people are stuck or suffering. So I know at a time like this, it's hard to hear about, again, celebrities being first in line for stuff. So honestly, I think Tom Hanks, what he had said there, again, we're repeating it again, but getting it to those who need it first. I think that's probably the best thing that anyone of influence can come out and say about that right now.
Yeah, I know. Tom Hanks, he's just the perfect guy.